Hey you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. Boost! I'm YouTube famous now. Available in 2021. The album, Dad AF. Rock on, gold dust woman. Okay, let's get into this video, shall we? Today we're going to talk about Aaron Carter, and we are also going to talk about John Hill, two, I would say, outstanding musicians. John Hill is the ex-husband of Jaclyn Hill, and Aaron Carter, well, boy band, Aaron Carter, boy wonder, I don't know, what's he doing these days? I don't know. Here's how this video came about. I'll buy a vowel, Vanna, a vowel, please. So first of all, I was strolling through Instagram the other day, and I saw that John Hill had put this picture up, which I thought was very, very interesting. And no, I am not talking about the crotch shot of his Speedo. So if you haven't gone over to see John Hill's Instagram, yes, he has a front and center picture of him in a Speedo asking about a tattoo. And I'm like, okay, this is a really desperate look at this point. So then he follows it up with another picture, and I will talk about that in just a second. But before I do that, I want to get in and I want to talk about this whole Aaron Carter fiasco, because I have received so many messages from people saying, please cover the Aaron Carter thing, please cover the Aaron Carter thing, will you please cover? And I was like, I don't really know what to say about all of this. I mean, I think it's truly a mess, and I have been kind of following it a little bit, but not really. So, interestingly enough, I noticed about 8 or 9 months ago, like this is just kind of a side thought, but like that Aaron Carter followed me on Twitter. I have no clue why. And then he unfollowed me like a month or two after that. So anyway, all I knew was that Aaron Carter was kind of like, he had had a lot of issues, okay? And I, watched these interviews with him, and I was really sympathetic. I felt really horrible for Aaron Carter. I felt like he was going through a lot of, really bad hardships. And so anyway, I think like a lot of people, they just kind of, we read the articles and we watched, the interviews and things like that. But then it almost kind of seemed to be like he was like self-created drama over time. Like he was bringing the drama to his doorstep, so to speak, to almost kind of get some kind of fame out of the cringeworthy craziness that was going on in his life, so to speak. So, I don't know, it's like, in the middle of all of this, his, like, brother had gotten a restraining order against him, and then he was, like, dating Trisha Paytas for a hot minute. I mean, it just was, like, anything that you could possibly not guess was gonna happen, happened with Aaron Carter. And, so all this kind of stuff was going on. Weirdly enough, I just have to say, no, I don't think of Aaron Carter in this way whatsoever. But I do listen to what you guys say, and I do take your recommendations, which is why I'm making this video today. But I do want to say that so many people had recommended to me that documentary, because they know, a lot of people know that I have a true crime book club, which is called Peter's Book Club, but we are changing the name of it, but it's an all true crime book club. It's over on my BookTube channel, you can go check it out. And I love true crime documentaries. I literally just finished watching The Confession Killer about Henry Lee Lucas. So, I was trying to figure out what else to watch, and so many people had told me to watch that documentary series, Don't F With Cats. Okay, why did people tell me to watch that show, okay? First of all, I'm only on episode 1. There's 3 episodes. And, like, it is so disturbing. It is, I will tell you, trigger warning, like, it is really, really disturbing. I didn't watch any of the video footage that they have in there. I just kind of covered my eyes. But, like, the background story to these amateur sleuths causing this, or solving this case is unreal. It is unreal. And if you have any interest in that kind of stuff with the internet, or, all that kind of stuff, you should go check it out, because it is a really good documentary. But I will say, trigger warning, like, it's very sensitive viewing. They don't really outright show a lot, but they do show some things. They show pictures of deceased cats and stuff like that. It's really, really sad. So anyway, okay, let's get into the Aaron Carter thing on the heels of that. I've been consumed with that. Okay, I stayed up way too late last night watching it, because I was like, oh, I'm kind of tired. Maybe I should start this episode. And then I was like, I couldn't stop watching it. It was just like I was consumed with it. So anyway, okay, so what happened was recently, Aaron Carter, it seems like he cannot go 2 days without getting himself into some kind of online drama, right? Now, if he was putting out all kinds of music and he was doing this and he was doing that, then it would make a lot of sense because people would be like, oh, well, like this is drama for the music, but he's not really doing that, right? He's really just backing his merch. He's selling a lot of merch, you know, and it's really sad because like a year ago, people were really worried about his health. They were really concerned about his well-being. I mean, people were genuinely concerned, and he's kind of taken those concerns and he's turned them into somewhat of a joke, to, you know, to some degree, of people that really, really cared about him. He's like, don't worry about me. I'm fine. Buy my merch. Well, what he did was he came out and he tried to push his merch the other day, and he used a painting, I think, or artwork from this other artist and didn't credit this other artist. Well, the artist called Aaron Carter out for it. Here is the article that, yes, made, or it made Forbes magazine. Can you believe that? Okay, so let's talk about this. Berlin artist, and I am going to horribly mispronounce his name. Berlin artist Jonas Jodicki speaks up about Aaron Carter art fiasco. And then there's a picture right here, which I'm not going to put on here, but it's like of two lions looking at each other like in a heart shape. Yesterday, the Los Angeles rapper, face tattoo maverick, and all-around bad boy Aaron Carter took his fingertips to promoting his new hoodies on Twitter. What he used was an image of two lions butting heads, an artwork entitled Brotherhood by German artist Jonas Jodicki, a professional artist who is based in Berlin and is 25 years old. If this was a commission or if it was used with permission, it would have been a great collaboration between two artists. However, it wasn't, and Jodicki clapped back to Carter as his artwork was used without credit as part of a social media push to sell merchandise. And then he put this tweet out, this Jonas artist. Hey Aaron Carter, you are using my artwork to promote your merchandise. I have not given you permission to do so. My art is being commercially exploited by people on a daily basis. We artists have rights too. I'd really appreciate if you could retweet this so he'll see it. Are you ready? Okay, get ready, because Aaron Carter responds to this. You know, I just want to tell you something. Okay. Let me tell you, I got a little story for you, okay? Now, I was up at the casino a couple nights ago, and I was playing there with my good Judy, and this woman next to us, okay? Well, I guess my friend was gone by then, but she was back in another area. But this woman next to me, okay? Now, she was like just doing her own thing, and they came and took her glass of wine. Well, she went a little nuts, okay? She was like, why did they come take my wine? So then security comes over and they're like, lady, you need to settle down. All the time. They spoke down to her and they started like really being rude and disrespectful to her, right? So she walked away and she goes, what do you think about that? And I said, I don't understand why they didn't just give you, because it was past 3 o'clock, so she couldn't have the wine anymore. But then it became this whole fiasco. And it was just such a mess. And they were so rude to her and they were so mean. And they were like, if you don't stop speaking to us, that way we're going to have to escort you out. And she wasn't like, she only had like 1 glass of wine. She wasn't intoxicated or anything. I felt so bad for her, right? And I said, what has happened to common decency where people can't just say, hey, we're sorry. You know, like, let us give you a wine voucher. Let us make it right for you, right? Why can't Aaron Carter just come out and say, hey, dude, I should have totally credited your artwork. By the way, would you like to do a collaboration? This Jonas would be like, hell no, I don't want anything to do with you, right? But what has happened to common courtesy? Why can we not just credit people? Why can we not just say, like, hey, here you go. Like, I'm really sorry I didn't credit you. I thought it was, you know, artwork that was in the public forum. But yeah, like, yeah, it was this guy's. And then retweet it and say, you guys should go check him out, blah, 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 whatever. You know what I mean? It takes very little to be to be a really nice person. It takes very, very little, right? So let's see who Aaron Carter is. Carter responded in a way that was less than professional, admitting he was in fact using the image to promote his clothing merchandise and that he didn't plan on taking it down. In an interview with Forbes, Jodicki explains the story from his side and why we need to step up to support visual artists more now than ever. Sadly, this isn't the first time his work has been used without his permission. He tells us about the time in Thailand too, not to mention a run-in with Madonna. And he talks about that Madonna used some artwork and put her picture on, like her head on the cover of it. How did you first learn that Aaron Carter was using your line piece to promote his clothing brand on Twitter? Jonas responded and said, I first learned of Aaron's use of my artwork from a follower on Twitter. They reached out to me via direct message telling me about Aaron's tweet in which he had posted my artwork to promote his new merchandise shop. He did not mention me as the original artist and had not asked for permission and beforehand. That's why I called him out in a tweet in a polite way to inform him that I was not alright with him using my art that way. And how does Aaron Carter respond? Aaron Carter responds this way. You should have taken it as a compliment, dick. A fan of mine sent this to me. I'm kind of a little surprised that Aaron Carter has any fans left. I'm just saying. Maybe I'm a little surprised I have any left too. Anyway, the answer is no. The image has been made public and I'm using it to promote my clothing line, AaronCarter.com. Guess I'll see you in small claims court, Fuckery. DIVORC. My dad loved that song back in the day. I should have known why. Anyway, that's the response that he gets when this guy tweets him. I'm like, okay, well, you have truly shown who you really are. So going forward, we don't have to guess who Aaron Carter is. We know who Aaron Carter is. And then it goes on and it says, they ask this guy, what do you think of his response to you after he called you out? He says his response to my tweet was what got the whole Twitter storm going. Instead of apologizing or reaching out to me to discuss things, he insulted me and said I should be glad he was using my art to promote his store. He ended with, guess I'll see you in small claims court. I was absolutely as amazed as to how he could respond in such a way and not expect people to lash out. I shared his response to my Twitter and Instagram, and that is when it really blew up. In his YouTube live stream, he joked about my tweet having 17 likes. As of now, it has more than 70,000 likes and reached more than 5 million. You could say the artist community on Twitter is outraged. Then somebody said, or they asked him, when do you say that Carter is making a mockery of the artist community? How can celebrities respect visual artists going forward? And I think this is important. I didn't want to cause a storm of the magnitude, but at the same time, I'm glad that artists' rights is coming to the public eye again. I think celebrities like Aaron Carter have a lot of responsibility. Many people look up to us as role models, as if they treat artists like he has in his tweet, others might follow. So many people think that when you find an image online, you can use it for your own purposes. But celebrities should be at the forefront of teaching the masses about lawful and inappropriate conduct, especially musicians and other artists who understand how competitive the creative market is and how difficult it can be for artists to make a living off their hard work. They have enough money to pay smaller creators for their services, but all too often they feel like they don't have to because of their status. And all too often, the small ones back down. So what do you guys think about that? Let me know what you think in the comment section below. I would be very, very interested in that. Are you surprised by Aaron Carter? Are you surprised by his behavior? Are you surprised that he didn't back down and he said, hell no, we ain't gonna go. I'm gonna use that image. I just don't understand. I guess, like, here's my thing, all right? It's not even about in 2020. It's not even about in 2019. It's just about when you grow up, okay, past the age of 6, if you have been raised appropriately, what did As Told by Kenya say the other day? Home training. She was referring to Nikocado Avocado, and she said, and it's to assume that he didn't have any home training or had home training, but like that's true, right? Like if you were raised by, you know, 1 or 2 parents or a grandparent or aunt or uncle or whoever raised you, okay, to be a somewhat decent human being, why is it so hard to apologize and say, you know what, I shouldn't have taken your image. Like, I really shouldn't have. I mean, for Aaron Carter, it's like, okay, you can be seen as a bad boy all you want. You can, like, you know, be driving around town in like a hot rod or a motorcycle or whatever that image is. You can get all the face tattoos you want. You could be the baddest ass person in the entire world. Just don't steal somebody's artwork, okay? I mean, it just really is a bad look. It doesn't make you a bad boy. It gives you a bad look. And I think at this point in your career, you might not want any more bad looks. I'm just saying, okay? So then let's go on to talk about John Hill. And I know a lot of people are like, this is where they sign out, but I thought it was interesting. So if you don't know who John Hill is the ex-husband of Jaclyn Hill, and he is also a musician, a well-established musician, I would say, and he has been taking to Instagram. I think John Hill really doesn't know what to do at this point. So if you don't know, what you don't know is a lot. John Hill was, I don't know if they still are, I haven't heard anything else about it, but for a brief moment, he was, Aaron Carter and John Hill both, like, dated Trisha Paytas. What? Like, I'm so confused. How did the 6 degrees of separation of this video become Trisha Paytas? Anyway, and I even talked about Nikocado Avocado, who she had a falling out with, and then who are 3 more people that I need in here for the 6 degrees of separation of Trisha Paytas? Okay, so John Hill, he was dating Trisha Paytas, or they did something, who knows. Anyway, everybody said it was for clout. Everybody was like, it's just to stir up drama, okay? It went on for about 2 days, and now nobody's heard anything about it since. I don't know if they're still together. I really, quite frankly, don't care if they're together. It means absolutely nothing to me. They can get married in the biggest church in America, and it still wouldn't mean anything to me, okay? What is interesting to me, though, is that now John Hill, who was married to Jaclyn Hill, dated Jaclyn Hill, Hill, who is, you know, YouTuber extraordinaire. Then he gets out of a relationship with her, and he starts dating this Ashlyn Van Horn. Very nice lady, I'm sure. He gets her to start her YouTube channel. Then he dates Trisha Paytas. I think it's like, kind of like, I don't know, John Hill, does he have a fetish for YouTubers or something like that? Because now he wants to be a YouTuber, okay? I couldn't believe this. So he put this picture up here the other day. Well, it was like 6 days ago now. 3 days ago. He put this picture up here, which was so funny in the comment sections. A lot of people thought this was Trisha Paytas with a wig on. I don't see it, but whatever. Okay, so somebody said, or he said underneath here, gotta upload a few storytelling videos on my music. What? I cannot believe I am reading this in a YouTube channel. Is this for real? Is John Hill really trying to be a YouTuber now? Okay. Gotta upload a few storytelling videos on my music YouTube channel. What subjects you want to hear about, okay? Well, I went underneath here, and I have to tell you, true story, thought everybody was going to be like, call Jacqueline out, what happened with you and Trisha, and all this kind of stuff. And it wasn't. It was like a lot of people were asking for his music stuff. Let me get into my photos. Let me get into my photos that I have saved from a couple days ago where I saved some of the comments. Hold on a second. Where did I have it? Okay, oh, there, that's the picture of the day before. Oh, there's a picture of Trisha Paytas. I've got, oh, James Charles, Jeffree Star, Shane Dawson. More Shane Dawson, Jacqueline Hill. I have so many thumbnail, Nikki tutorials. It's basically Paul Hollywood. Because everybody says I look like Paul Hollywood. Do you think I do? I don't think I do. I think he's handsome though, I'll take it. Okay, Kat Von D. Anyway, more Shane Dawson. Where is my picture? Oh, here it is, John Hill, John Hill. Okay. So he put that underneath here, and so all these people, I wanted to read these comments underneath here. So somebody said, yes, would love to hear your side about stuff with Jacqueline, but totally understand if you don't feel, didn't feel okay, or don't feel okay discussing. And somebody says, I agree, she spoke her truth. I think he has every right to speak his. But like you, I understand if he doesn't. It's been a while since, and wouldn't want to open old wounds. I think it's so nice these people are so considerate of John Hill's feelings. I'm just saying, I think it's real nice. Okay, I think all his fans would love to hear his side, but I doubt he'll speak about Jacqueline and what happened. Yeah, probably because of a NDA, he can't. That's a non-disclosure agreement for anybody. Or is that what it's called, a non-disclosure? It means don't tell nobody, okay, or you're gonna get sued. She probably made sure of that. Oh, there it is. Sadly, she's allowed to say whatever, and notice he hasn't said one word about it. Or maybe he's just a classy person, who knows? Okay, yeah, I'm pretty sure there's some sort of NDA. Oh, I'm sure there's some sort of NDA. I'm sure, okay? I mean, he could ruin her over just saying something like she doesn't like mustard. He could do a video called 10 Secrets About Jacqueline Hill You Never Knew, and it could be like, she doesn't like mustard, okay? Those Hershey Kisses, she doesn't like those. She never once opened one bit of fan mail. I mean, he could ruin her over just the most simple things, right? Just by doing a video like that. So he probably can't talk about any of that kind of stuff. Okay, then somebody else said, you honestly kind of look like Trisha. And somebody said, at first I thought it was Trisha wearing a different wig. Then I went, nope. And then somebody said, talk about anything real. Be yourself, share your sobriety journey and where you are now, lessons learned, or just anything if that's too personal. I'd like to hear about his sobriety journey too. I think that that would be interesting. Somebody said that, okay, people have started going in on the Trisha thing. Trish, why'd you do Trish? Why'd you do Trish, they said. Or Trisha. Trisha, life stories, also your musical journey would be pretty cool. I know you're friendly with a couple people from bands. Okay, and then Trisha. Now you know damn well we want to know the tea about Trisha, it says. Oh, Trish. What the hell happened with Trisha Paytas? Your experiences hooking up with Trisha Paytas. What's the story? Oh my God, they call her a different name. What's the story with Trish, they say. So apparently people want to hear about Trisha Paytas. So apparently Trisha Paytas is the most relevant person on YouTube. I have to tell you what is so interesting, okay? So I watched this little show called Drag Showdown. It's an underground drag race on YouTube run by Crystal Ball Diva. And the third season just wrapped up over there. And I won't say that the one that I thought should win didn't necessarily win. But I did, years ago, I did a video talking about underground drag races on YouTube. Jake Yonsei at the time, who now does all RuPaul's Drag Race. He had a fantastic one called Cutthroat Drag. But anyway, so Crystal Ball Diva, she just put out the queens are going to be on season 4 of Drag Showdown. And I'm watching, so they interview them, right? And they say, like, who's your inspiration? Like, 3 of them, their inspiration is Trisha Paytas. I was like, Trisha Paytas? She is, like, getting the vote of, like, the kids out there. They're loving Trisha Paytas. So, I don't know. Maybe she's more relevant than we give her credit for. Maybe all these antics and this trolling and these things that she does, I mean, apparently people love it. I don't know. So, let me know what you think in the comment section below. And do you think her and John Hill are still dating? I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.